Two of Wands, Page of Wands. Making new choices with enthusiasm. Going forward, planning, making your moves while you rest. This might be a very inward, introverted time for you at this moment, where you're just sitting, resting, sleeping a lot, daydreaming a lot. You might have to rest because you're feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes life can be too chaotic, and everyone needs a timeout to just have some peace and solitude and mental and physical rest. While you're doing that, you're also kind of planning for the future and figuring out what decisions are right for you. 101 on the clock. Could be involving another person. Queen of Wands comes out. I think you're just kind of really coming into yourself and figuring out what makes you happy. And no one's going to be able to tell you what makes you happy but you. If you always look outside of yourself for inspiration, if you always look outside of yourself for what you should be doing, basically copying other people, you're never truly authentically you. You're never truly making your own decisions. You're never truly creating. There's creators out there, and then there's copycats. Some people create from within. They dig within themselves. They go inward. They look at the bad and the good. And from with that, they come out with something creative that's authentically, truly them. Whatever voice they want to have, whatever message they're trying to portray. Maybe it's just an emotion that they feel. Whatever it is, it's truly that artist. That's an artist. And then there's other people that just look outward of themselves. They're always looking around for the next inspiration. Who can I copy off of? Who can I take from? Who can I, almost like put on a costume with? It's like you're trying to be somebody else all the time because you're not looking within you, right? These people will never look inside of themselves or be authentic. You, on the other hand, are looking and seeing what makes you happy, right? And you're strong about it. The Queen of Wands is very passionate in her approach to things. So I really see there's a lot of wand energy. There's a lot of enthusiasm here, which is good. It's like you're developing a fire in your gut, and you're letting it go. Instead of trying to fight the fire, you're letting it burn and seeing what happens next. And that could be happening while you're meditating, right? So you're giving yourself time to meditate. You're giving yourself time to plan and see what actually makes you happy. Where are you coming from inside? And then you're going to make a break for it. And this is usually a negative card, right? We have swords and wands here. And this is kind of like, deceit, trickery. Maybe you're just trying to plan your next move. People are always trying to deceive you, or you're around a lot of deceitful energy and you're just kind of taking a rest somehow, stepping away from the madness in any way that you can. So you have time to rest. So you have time to plan your next moves for you. That also redirects your attention towards the future and goals and things that will get you places that make you happy, quote unquote, right? Instead of being muddled in all these swords being thrown at your back. It's never always one person. It's always a group of bullies, because they're too chicken to be alone even. They have to have a pack of enablers around them in order to be as deceitful as they are. You gossip, you talk, you set people up, it's a group attack with this card. And they could be masquerading as a friend. Like the card says, they could be pretending like, we like you, we're friends with you, right? If someone has to tell you that they're friends with you, you're probably not friends, You don't need to be told that you're friends with somebody. You wouldn't know. We also have temperance and being shut out in the cold. So there's a lot of trickery here. You were shut out. You were backstabbed. Maybe 7 times here. That's what I'm talking about with a group of people. It could be 7 people even. It could be a family. It could be a group setting. It could be at work. But you have to give yourself time to rest, to get back to this moment of temperance, to heal yourself, to move forward, to stay grounded, especially when there's so much swords, you know, like it's a lot of a mental agility. It's, you have to outsmart people when they're trying to trick you. Unfortunately, now you're exhausting all your energy on trying to outsmart people that are trying to be tricky with you, or, you know, protect yourself, basically. You spend a lot of energy protecting yourself around bad people. And as soon as you realize that all these negative energies are affecting your health on every single level, the moment that you can have enough wisdom to step away and know that there's billions of other people on this planet, there's probably billions of other people that suck too, you know, but why are you meddling around in negativity when there's a whole world for you? You have to give yourself the peace. You have to be the person that takes you out of your own slavery, right? Is it easy? No, it is not easy. Are there decisions that have to be made? Careful planning? Yes, absolutely. But I see you doing that. I see you really leveling up from the Page of Wands to the Queen of Wands. You were shut out in the cold and isolated, and people were tricking you and ganging up on you, and now you're resting. Now you're the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, and you're just like, come at me. I dare you to. Now that I'm fully rested, now that I'm healed, now that I'm actually healthy, come at me. I dare you to. I have a wand and a sword that I'm showing you, right? I have one hand open and one sword drawn. So please, I dare you to try and say something and expect me to not to say anything. You know, some people look at you as the old you and they expect you to stay in that energy. And if you grow as a human being, people get very offended for you growing and you know, becoming a better version of yourself, however that is. These people can just be like, almost astonished about what kind of person you are now, and that you have the ability to clearly state your case if you have to protect yourself or you have to stand up for yourself. You know, bullies just expect you to stay the same. They need you to stay the same, so they have prey to pick on. AKA narcissists, the Lovers. Major changes coming your way. We have two, you know, we have the Two of Wands and the Lovers here. So if this is involving like an ex-family, you know, or even if you were dating somebody for a very long time, you're breaking away from a group of people that were definitely not good for you. They let you struggle on purpose. They actually added to your struggle on purpose. It's very narcissistic energy. To try and pick on someone that's already hurt, right? Only a narcissist or a psychopath would pick on someone that's sick, for instance, right? But with the Lovers here, like, you have to give yourself time to open up and find newness again, right? There is new things when you give yourself the space, and that's what I love to see. Independent wealth on the bottom of the deck. You're building yourself up, and you're becoming very, very strong because you realize how to survive alone, and it's not for the faint-hearted. You have to find everything within, and that's what makes you a true artist in whatever form of life you choose, or whatever medium you choose to portray yourself in. You can be an artist and have a more traditional job too. It's how you go about life. It's how you express yourself truly. And some people look from within, some people look around them. Who are you? Are you a lemming? Are you going to follow around and just look for other people to copy? Because it's never going to look good on you. It's not you. With the Four of Wands popping out, literally jumping onto the floor. So we have the Lovers and the Four of Wands. Isn't that a beautiful kind of where you're trying to go, right? There's a lot of happiness here. I feel bubbly, you know, like it's kind of like a champagne bottle. You've been shaking it for a long time, and now it's time to celebrate. Now it's time for you to actually enjoy. You know, life goes in cycles. There's despair, there's hurt, you know, and all the negatives, and then there's positives. And now it's your time to experience the positives of life. It's kind of beautiful energy here. You have resilience. This is the wounded warrior. It's kind of like the last step of your very, very long, arduous journey, wherever you were coming from. You know, now it's the time to take the rest. You know, you're going your last lap in this despair of darkness, the circle that you've been feeling you're stuck in. You know, we have the King of Swords coming out. So the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here. I think you're going to meet your match intellectually with somebody. You're going to hit it off. And that's going to spark a lot of other things, aka the Four of Wands, the Lovers here too. So you're going in the right direction. You have the most resilience. Coming from this read, you've definitely made it out of a very, really difficult time, a dark time. And now it's the time to rest and get ready to enjoy. Get ready to kind of stop, smell the flowers kind of vibe. You know, enjoy the sweetness of life. La dolce vita. So it's the same thing, you know, to just look around and appreciate where you've come from. You're strong, and you're going directly into someone else's arms that's going to match you on a level where it's going to just work, and you're going to say goodbye to this negative energy here, right, and into your future, which is going to be amazing.